Insurance Group. So they will provide all kinds of insurance, mainly focusing on commercial business insurance, particularly staffing and consulting, real estate, restaurants, pubs, bars, grocery stores, retail stores, and medical and healthcare companies, employee benefits that includes group health insurance. And right now we are going to discuss about the group health insurance and 401k and commercial auto, personal auto, and home. So you will find all insurance in one place. That is the Four Oaks Insurance Group, and you will get a better premium with lowest rate, and we will help you to choose the select the best options. And Four Oaks Insurance Group CEO is Nitin Bidi is here. And before hand over to Nitin Bidi, our Atmiya National President Vijay Ramsetti will talk about Nitin Bidi.
Thank you, Kishore Garu. And thank you. Special thanks to Hari Kuragala, our best chair, and for facilitating this session. And Nitin, BD CEO of Four Oaks. Nitin Garu has been a staunch supporter of Atmiya. He's been supporting Atmiya respect to starting from conference to regional events to whatever. Right, he's one person who always came forward, who strongly believed in Atmiya's mission and Atmiya's goals. And I wanted to thank Nitin for all the great support that he has been helping Atmiya for the last 2 3 years. And Nitin, we are very grateful to have you as our platinum sponsor for the conference, and we are very much grateful for all your support. With that said, I also want to convey one message, guys, to all the Atmiya members on the call. See, I'm a staunch believer in life insurance, and actually, the reason why I'm saying this, last few years we have seen many situations or occasions where we have seen life-changing events happening across the board in our community. The reason is people are taking it very easy on insurance, be it health insurance or be it on life insurance. And as I already said before, the best gift that you can give to your family is making sure they are protected. And the I think the only way you can give them is having a proper life insurance. And today's session will help you, get an understanding of what it takes, what it needs to have that insurance, and also like help you out find out the best policy that fits your needs. With that, I'll hand over to Nitin. Nitin, please, yeah, please take it over from here. Thanks a lot. Thank you for your help.
Thank you, Vijay Garu. Thank you to everybody who is joining. I know it is a Sunday after morning and it is family time, but I really truly appreciate me and my team for you to spend your time and listening to what we have to say. As far as my relationship with Atmiya is concerned, whether it is with individual relationships with Om Nakka Garu, Vijay Garu, Venkatirupande Garu, Kishore Garu, and a lot of other people, that obviously is there. That's how I started with Atmiya. But being with members of Atmiya, coming to their conventions and events, it is, I feel, one of you, and it is a privilege, and I take it as a responsibility also. So thank you for this opportunity in general. Uh, Today, you'll have to excuse me. I was under the impression that we are only going to talk about the health thing that I was discussing, and I'll come to that. But I am really surprised and very happy that so many people have turned up for this webinar. So what I will do is I'll pass on the presentation to Soumya, who is joining from from my team. We are going to talk about the health plans. But before that, Soumya, I just sent you our trifold folders. If you see your WhatsApp, can you share those first? Because continuing from what Kishore said, I wanted to give everybody a brief idea about all the services that we provide before we dive deep into this particular plan that we have for them.
Okay, you'll need to give a minute then, Nitin, please.
Yeah, just give
And
me 1 second.
meanwhile, if you have any questions, please post it here. I'm taking the questions, and we are having a question and answer session at the end. And our Om Prakash Nakagaru, can you please speak about association with Four Oaks Insurance Group?
Yeah.
Thank you, Kishore. Team Four Oaks Insurance is a unique insurance company focusing on not a lot of people only provide a health insurance or other insurances, but Four Oaks Insurance provide health insurance for a company, small business companies, especially small business companies, if you have a 5 employee, 10 employees, how to save the money, and they'll get a lot of different varieties of quotes and everything. Please leverage the Four Oaks insurance. At the same time, the company nowadays you are talking about cyber insurance, like general liability insurance, and cyber fraud, and a lot of you can see a lot of issues with vendor payments, or or someone accidentally taken the money from the sorry, fraudulently taken money from your account. So you can take the health insurance and errors and omissions and general liability, crime bond, everything you can leverage the Four Oaks insurance. I'm the my properties also, my commercial properties I leverage my commercial automobile insurance, automobile also. So you can name it, property insurance, health insurance for employers, and liability insurance, general liability insurance for employers, any small business, be it restaurant, IT, and healthcare, everything. Four Works is there. I can champion you, and they will provide the best services for you. I'm using for my all my services. No, not
Thank
only
you,
that,
Omgaru.
Nitin is Four Oaks is giving is a sponsor for our national conference or regional events. I did an event in Bay Area. Anjana Soumya, our pride. He sponsored that. Just one day, I think no one will sponsor such a kind of events. With just my word, within one day, Nitin came forward and donated to $3,000 to the Bay Area Atmiya River Conference. Same thing with Dallas. We have the national conference in Dallas and New Jersey event. A lot of wherever you ask, regional events and the other events. So, but not only that, if you want a financial services, if you are a, Atmiya is encouraging a lot of trading and financial services. But if you want any kind of insurance, please reach out to the Four Oaks, and yeah, they will provide all kind of services. Customer service is good, but you need to provide all the details. I know it is a lengthy process for getting insurance. One last thing, in America, liability is huge. Without insurance, you cannot do the business. It restaurant, IT business, non-IT business, healthcare, pharma, real estate, property. Please secure yourself. And I'm not saying anything. I do. You have a peaceful night if you have the insurance. That's what President Vijay is saying. Not only that, apart from the any individuals who are not entrepreneurs, they want to become entrepreneurs. I want you to students also take a term insurance. Worst case, that is very important to protect your family who are relying on you. With that note, hope Kishore and Nitin, I know it is too much for you guys now. You guys need to present your case. Thank you.
Thank you, Omgaru, for your kind words. Taking a leaf from what Om was saying, um, basically we are a full service insurance firm, Monday. We are servicing Mana community, and we are an Indian owned servicing the Indian diaspora community specifically. We also have other staffing companies and other businesses that we cater to, but the idea is to provide the best possible service at the best possible premiums. But more importantly, like what Om was saying, we also very strongly believe that we are partners in your growth. And this is not a cliche dialogue like a cliched statement that I'm making. It is, we take it to heart, because there are a lot of times where, especially with business insurance, with IA, there is very less awareness or education from the agent to the insured, especially with cyber crimes. So what will happen is somebody will have third-party cyber and they will think they are covered, but they are not covered because third-party cyber is only your liability. There's a lot of phishing that happens. People have on a consistently, unfortunately, it is true, but on a very consistent basis, people lose money. One email comes, I can dive deep into it later, but through an email, the email is sent to the vendor makes the payment. 15 days later, we check, the payment is already made, the money is gone from the bank. We turn to the insurance guys, they say, oh, you did not have this, you did not have that. Then what were you doing when I was taking? For $800 a year, which is less than $100 a month, you can protect yourself from $250,000 to $1 million. It is very simple, but it is the agent's duty to tell them that, hey, spend $100 more, but do this. Maybe the agent makes about $9 or $10 on it. It doesn't matter. It is his duty. So making people aware instead of cutting corners and taking shortcuts, giving the awareness to the client and leaving the client to make the decision. That is where we excel. And that is why we say that Four Oaks insurance done right. Um, and very briefly, without going into everything, we have spoken about how we are able to cater to all the verticals. So we primarily forte in business and commercial insurance, whether it is an IT company, medical staffing, industrial staffing, whether it is real estate. Soumya, can you go to the next one? So this is even auto and home. So the idea is when you think of four oaks, we think of the way we design it is we take care of the four different aspects of an entrepreneur's life. One aspect is their primary IT business insurance. The other aspect is their employee health insurance. Then we all have forayed into different investments, whether it is in real estate, hotel, motel, gas station, partnerships of any sort, any commercial activity, even if it's a condo, even if it's a rental home. So that insurance is also what we provide. And we have very excellent programs with carriers where we are able to provide at a very reasonable cost. And the last part is the home and auto. So we want to take away the problem of paying for insurance in terms of shopping for insurance, understanding what insurance is required, what are liabilities. We want to take that pain away from our client, whether it is for their home, auto, business, or health. So that being said, for Atmiya, we wanted to, I approached Venkat Garu and Om Garu and Vijay and a few other people the last time also and said, how can we tangibly benefit Atmiya members? Obviously, there is a lot of networking that happens. Atmiya provides a huge benefit. But apart from that, is there something else also we can provide? Now, everybody is a business owner, and all business owners have to have business insurance. And most of the times, they will also have employee benefits, which is basically health insurance for their group, for their companies. Now, if we come together, if we are able to structure this in such a way that we can take the strength that we have and go to the market. In a simpler way, if I have to say, if you can picture it, if there are 200 companies, let's say there are 100 companies, each company has 10 employees. So we are talking about 1,000. So 1,000 people, when they essentially go to United Healthcare or you go to Aetna and you tell them, hey, I want to renew, now you are talking very differently because you are leveraging something called the law of large numbers. We have a bigger negotiating power. If I take one group of 10 employees and go out in January, then another group in February, and then another group in March, what is happening is UHC or Aetna, they will decide what happens to us. They will say, oh, your claims were high, so we are increasing. Then we use our, whatever discounts, negotiation skills, our book of business with them, and we bring it down. But why not give Atmiya the power directly? So in that vein, and I know it needs a lot of explanation and there are a lot of questions will come up, but I thought today we can just introduce the concept. We have done this in the past. We are actively doing it with other organizations and associations. And I thought, why not for Atmiya? So today is just understanding the concept at a very high level. We will deep dive in further sessions, and I will personally come and meet everybody in Dallas and wherever it is required to explain how it is done. But I would request everybody to just think of it from a very high level perspective. And in that vein of thought, can I ask Soumya to open the PPT presentation? Soumya, yeah, perfect. So we are calling it captive. Captive basically means essentially dealing only with a particular group of people, group of companies. So this is a captive health insurance plan for Atmiya members. It is different strategies that we are going to put together to cut the health costs. Now, this will directly affect both the employer and the employee. This will make sure that if an employee is currently paying $250 or $300, they will see a reduction in the premium. This will also make sure that the employer will be able to control costs, control increase in the premiums in future years, and also make sure that they have something back. Like they will get something at the end of the year for all the efforts that have been put in. So we are trying to see how we can give to the employees and to the employer and Atmiya in general. So it will take care of three aspects. I will hand this over to Soumya, and Soumya will explain to you what the plan on a high level is. Soumya, please take over.
Sure, Nitin. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday morning, as Nitin mentioned. So, Nitin talked about various aspects, including personal, business, and health, and auto, home, and everything. This particular thing takes care of the health insurance portion of it, and at the end we will talk a little bit about the IT business insurance. You can stop me anytime. We can go over any questions or doubts you have. So I am not sure how many of you are observing, but especially after COVID, the health insurance renewals have started coming in almost double digits for everybody, right? So this kind of a problem is a problem for everybody because it only shows the increasing cost. The cost of premium that used to be 150, $200 when a few years ago, now suddenly 300, $400 seems normal. So this kind of jump every year, even though you haven't claimed, even though you might say that my group is a very healthy group and we haven't claimed so much, but you still see a minimum 10% increase on all the health insurance renewals. So when this happens year after year after year, you are ending up paying more and more and more towards the health insurance, and the benefit that you get out of it seems lesser and lesser. So now what is the solution? So what are the strategies that we can use to cut these health costs? So so when we brainstormed about it and we talked to a lot of industry experts, and when we kind of came together, so that's when the birth of this captive health insurance happened. So what are we going to talk about today, right? So yeah. So the agenda today is going to be to talk about captive insurance. We are going to give you a little bit of high level insight into how it works, and what is the role of carriers and what kind of network we will be looking at, and how those all things fall into place. We talk about a little bit about the IT business on how we are going to cover, and then we can jump into questions of anything, any kind of questions that you might have.
Soumya, just one word. Maybe we can refer to it as association plan instead of captive, just so that it it's more legible in a way.
Sure, no
Sure,
issues.
sure.
So, what is this captive insurance or association plan? As Nitin rightly pointed out, the captive insurance, when we say it sounds like that, but it's also association plan. That is, association of people that are in the similar business and their affiliated companies, they come together, just like how Atmiya is. All the similar kind of people, the similar people who are running the similar type of business, all, those kind of businesses, they come together, they pool together and create their own insurance and create their own plan, and so that everybody benefits from it. Now, how does this work? So in case of this association plan, the employer, so I've created a small circle over here. So if you can go through this, an employer pays the insurance premium to the insurance company. Then the insurance company takes that premium and builds that association for similar line of people, let's say for Atmiya members, right? So we build that, and then they pay the claims that comes out of this group. Any claims that comes out, they're going to pay using that premium money. And then they build year after year, they build something called as a reserve fund, so that that reserve fund takes care of any claims or any hit that this particular association is going to have in terms of larger claims and things like that. And at the end of the year, that equity, that what we build, the reserve fund what we build, is can come back to the employers in the form of a surplus or profit. So we are, building. So we're building an association plan to for the similar type of business to come together. We are paying the premiums to that particular association. We are building those plans like that. We're paying the claims that comes out through that premiums that we have collected. In the process, we are building a little bit of a reserve fund to take a hit on the increase in the renewals, and then whatever is left over can be returned to the employers as a profit or as a surplus, right? Whatever you want to call it. So this is on a high level how captive plans work, and this is something that what we are thinking that we will put in place for Atmiya members, because all of you are in the same boat and similar kind of business, similar demographics, and this would be perfect. So how does it help the businesses to win long term? So this is a long game. Okay. So we cannot look at 1 year, what am I going to make? And in 1 year, what am I going to be my renewals? Or in 1 year, how much surplus I'm going to get? We are here on the long haul, and it's going to be a long game. So when you say long game, it's multiple years put together. Over the years, you are going to see lesser and lesser and lesser renewal. And at the end of probably 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to see this single digit renewal like 2%, 3%, that kind of renewal, because you built up that reserve fund over the years, which can help you tackle most of the claims. And so the claims will never reach the stop loss carriers to pay. So when it will never reach them, they will never have to give you any increase. So that is the advantage of this. So how does it help the business owners, right? So the first one is it helps you in cost saving. So year after year, you will be looking at lower premiums and reduced expenses in terms of renewals, in terms of admin expenses. All of that will come down. So you're looking at the initial cost itself will be low. So you're able to customize the plan, and you're able to manage your claims. There will be transparency on what kind of claims, how it is paid, and everything. So you're able to kind of risk control. You can customize the plan designs, like you can give HSA plans to people who are bachelors, and a well benefited plan to people who are with family, and you can customize the plans like that, and that helps in claims management. There is a transparency. As I told you, you can see what kind of claims that comes out of your group, who is getting more claims, what is draining your company. So you kind of get into that, and we do that for you, we analyze that for you, and that way you get better control over the cost. As I mentioned already, you retain the surplus at the end of the year if any unused amount that comes back to you. So you kind of get into that. Then there is stability. This is the most important thing, because I'm sure all of us are kind of fed up, especially after COVID, where the cost of the health insurance seems to be only skyrocketing year after year. And most of you will agree with me saying that, as I mentioned earlier, saying that my group is doing well, I don't have any claims, still I end up getting 12, 13% premium increase. Why is that? So, right. So we bring that stability to that group, saying that, okay, you'll only pay 2 or 3% each year, which is which is under inflation. So, which should be okay. Right. Or so many times, probably as is renewal, right? You don't have to pay any increase. So, compared to traditional insurance, you are less impact from the market fluctuations. So, you get that increase because of the trend, mostly the medical trend. The things are increasing at such high rate that they cannot control those costs. Even if you're not claiming much, you are getting hit by that medical trend. So that's what we are trying to control over here. So over a period of time, you'll settle down and you'll come to this 2-3% increase, because we are not looking at one person, one ABC company. We are looking at Atmiya as a group. We are looking at the complete association. We are looking at bulk of the people and renewing them together. So, it becomes like, as Nitin mentioned, law of large numbers. Lot of people are insured together. So we kind of mitigating the risk over there, right? So that's what we are trying to do. And that's how we are helping the businesses to win long term. So how does this work in a larger picture, right? So there is a carrier, there is a network, there is an insurance company, and there is a TPA. So this is how it works. So there is an insurer, there is a TPA, and you are the policy holder. So we go through a TPA, like a third party administrator who puts together, who brings the carrier into the picture, who brings one of the best networks into the picture, and who brings the stop loss into the picture. So he brings all these three people together and he gives you a policy. So you are the policy holder in this case. So he brings everybody together. So you are getting the benefit of the best carriers, you are getting the benefit of the best network, and you are getting it managed by another third party. So you don't have the headache of managing this. So that's how we are planning to do this, where there is a TPA is involved. So collectively, you can offer multiple networks also, so that people in different demographics of the country also can make the best use of this. And these TPAs will be responsible for your ID card, your claims, and all of those things will be handled by them. So we can offer two different types of plan. I don't want to get into the details of this, but I just put together so that you have an idea. One is a level funded plan where everything is prefixed and, a fixed amount of money is taken from your bank account and, premium is paid and, you get the money back at the end of the year. The other one is you only pay admin expenses and you pay the claims as you go, bi-weekly or weekly or monthly, and you maintain your surplus account. So that way, whatever is left over at the end of the year is for you. The level funded plan, the TPA manages the surplus account. So you pay the complete thing to them and they pay the claims and they return the money to you at the end of the year. So we can put together both these plans, but based on the size of the company, the particular plan will be available to them. For smaller companies, we offer probably level funded plan. And for the larger, more than 50 people, more than 100 people kind of companies, we can offer the self funded kind of plan. So these are the two plans that will come under this. Okay, what is the minimum number of members that are needed? So we cannot put just
Soumya,
one group.
if I
Yeah,
can
sure,
interrupt
sure.
for a minute. Yeah, yeah. So, I just wanted to, sort of go over everything that Soumya said once again to make sure that we are all on the same page. So there are three salient points, three most important points we have to remember. The first thing is we are not saying that any one company will be part of this association plan where they will lose their privacy or they will have like some sort of like a group plan where everybody has all these employees coming to some kind of a generic pool. We are not saying that. Everything that you are doing today remains the same. If let's say a member of Atmiya has a company called ABC, there is another company called XYZ. Now, ABC and XYZ both are part of an association plan that is put together by Four Oaks for Atmiya. But ABC will have it, how ABC is currently going through the health plans, exactly the same way it will continue. For those 10 employees of the ABC, they will have separate IDs. They will have, their premiums. The privacy is controlled. There is confidentiality. We are required by law. We are all HIPAA certified. There is no breach of any sort. There is no common pooling. There is nothing. This is not happening at the employer's side. This is happening at the UHC Aetna, the insurer side. For them, they're like, oh, this association has got 100 companies, so they all will come to me if I give them. Sorry. So they all will come to me. So therefore, it is a simple math. For them, they want to insure as many people, more the number, lower the premium. That is what we are giving. We are not talking about, pooling all employees into one and then going. It is not that. That is number one. Number two, when Soumya said this is a long-term plan, what she meant is not 15 or 20 years or 10, 15 years. There is year one, year two, and from year three, we will start seeing those advantages that we spoke about. In the year one, we are not asking anybody to pay more than what they are currently paying. If you are paying 250 for employee, we are going to fight and get you down from 250 to 230 or 180 or 245. That process continues. While we are doing that, we are making sure that we take all of this and put it in some sort of a pile or a pool, which builds up. So year three, you will start seeing a decrease from year three onwards, irrespective of how the market is. That is the strength that we are going to leverage. So the first point I said was there will be no pooling. In actuality, nothing changes. Every employer will have the same group. Number two, that long term is basically first year, second year, and from third year we will start seeing the advantages, including getting the money back and all of that. And number three, the most important thing is that when we talk, actually, I wanted to see one particular thing so I can show it to you. But when we talk about these carriers, TPAs, or stop loss carriers, when you use these words, it might be a little confusing for you. So all this is a mechanism that is happening at the back end. As far as you are concerned, you don't care about what is happening. For you, it is only 4 Oaks. You are going to call 4 Oaks and say, hey, my employee just delivered a child, add the child. My employee just left the job, give him Cobra or remove him from the plan. I have just hired another employee. You do it. You will talk to 4 Oaks saying, what my renewal is coming up. Why am I getting higher rates? Lower it down. Or I want to make these changes. We are explaining to you so we maintain transparency. But as far as you are concerned, you don't care, and you will always have a choice. You will say, I don't want Blue Cross Blue Shield, I only want UHC. I don't want Aetna, I want UHC, or I want Aetna only. So those choices, that freedom is not taken away. Keeping everything the same. If there are 100 members of Atmiya, we are going to go ahead and put all of this together and put it in a pool. That is all we're talking about. We can go into deep dive. We will do that in further sessions, but this is primarily what we are talking about. I think there is some person who's, yeah, I think they mute typing. So this is the concept, Andy. Before we go on to the next slides, I want to see if there are any questions that we have not answered. Primarily, please, you can ask us.
హలో
Yes,
నమస్తే అండి, నా పేరు దాము గేదెల ఫ్రమ్ న్యూ జెర్సీ.
చెప్పండి సార్.
ఫ్రెండ్ ఆఫ్
Yes, sir.
ఆత్మీయ ఓం గారు. మై
Yeah.
క్వశ్చన్ ఈజ్, ఐ వాజ్ ఇన్ almost hospital field for almost 40 years. My question
Yes,
is,
sir.
you're talking about two is, one is for employer like insurances through like, or
Correct.
Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, whatever. Is it for only for each state or nationwide? My question one.
It is nationwide.
Okay, that's good. And also, is there any like what I have? Suppose if I have our employees have a Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, right? So I
Yes.
want to keep the same plan, and then I want to reduce the premium, whatever, and what are the benefits? Like deductibles are the same, or is it any different, or like that? That is one thing.
Okay. So answering your second question, like I said, you have a choice of going with the carrier you want. Now,
Yeah.
if here is it, we have to have some flexibility, Damogaru. ఎందుకంటే ఏమైతుందంటే నాకు బ్లూ క్రాస్ బ్లూ షీల్డే కావాలి, నాకు ఇవే అంటే నాకు అదే క్యారియర్ కావాలి, నాకు ఇవే ప్లాన్స్ కావాలి, ఇవే డిడక్టబుల్స్ కావాలి, అండ్ నాకు ప్రీమియమ్స్ కూడా తగ్గాలి అని అంటే ఆ కుదురుతుందంటే కుదురుతుంది. కానీ ఈ 4 ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ లో ఏదో ఒకటి చేంజ్ చేయాలి. ప్లాన్స్ అయితే మనం చేంజ్ చేయకూడదు, డిడక్టబుల్స్ మనం చేంజ్ చేయకూడదు, మనము ప్రీమియమ్స్ తగ్గించాలి. సో ఒకటి ఏమైతుందంటే మీరు ఏమంటారంటే నాకు బ్లూ క్రాస్ బ్లూ షీల్డ్ ఉన్నా యుహెచ్సి ఉన్నా ఓకే, యాజ్ లాంగ్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ అ ప్రీమియం బ్రాండ్. నాకు ఏదో ATL టైప్ నాకు ఎక్కువ, నాకు యుహెచ్సి ఎట్నా బ్లూ క్రాస్ బ్లూ షీల్డ్ ఈ మూడిట్లో నాకు మొత్తం నేషన్ కవర్ అవ్వాలి. సమ్ టైమ్స్ వీఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు గెట్ యూ ప్లాన్స్ విచ్ విల్ కవర్ ఇన్ ఇండియా ఆల్సో. ఇప్పుడు మన యశోదాకి, అపోలోకి అక్కడ వెళ్ళి కూడా కవర్ చేస్తారు, దాన్ని యుహెచ్సి గ్లోబల్ ప్లాన్స్ అంటాం మనం. సో మేమేం చేస్తామంటే సార్ దమ్ము గారు అలా కాదు, BCBS లో ఆప్షన్ లేదు, UHC లో అసలు మనం ఏ రూపాయి ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇవ్వకుండా మనకు గ్లోబల్ ప్లాన్స్ కూడా దొరుకుతున్నాయి అంటే అవునా. మిగతా మన డిడక్టబుల్స్ ఏమున్నాయి, ప్రీమియమ్స్ ఏమున్నాయి, అండ్ మన ప్లాన్స్ ఏం చేంజ్ కావట్లేదు. ఇన్ఫాక్ట్ మనం ఎక్కువ ప్లాన్స్ ఇస్తున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఒక కంపెనీలో ముగ్గురే ఉన్నారు అనుకోండి, ఐదుగురే ఉన్నారు, ఐదుగురికి మనం 2 ప్లాన్స్ ఇవ్వచ్చు లెక్క ప్రకారం, అంటే రూల్ ప్రకారం. కానీ అసోసియేషన్ లో వచ్చేసరికి ఈజ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ అ బిగర్ గేమ్ కాబట్టి 5 ప్లాన్ ఇవ్వచ్చు. అంటే నేను వాట్ ఎవర్ ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్, దీన్ని మీరు 100% గా తీసుకోలేరు, ఎందుకంటే దీనిలో చాలా చేంజెస్ ఉంటాయి, ఇఫ్స్ అండ్ బట్స్ ఉంటాయి, అంతే కదా సార్. వాట్ వీఆర్ ట్రైంగ్ టు డూ ఇస్, ఎస్ మీరు అడిగినట్టు ఇది నేషన్ వైడ్ ఉంటుందా అంటే ఎస్, ఇది ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ఉండొచ్చా అంటే దేర్ ఇస్ అన్ ఆప్షన్ ఆల్సో. అది 100% ఈ టైం కాకపోవచ్చు, 100% దేర్ ఇస్ అ వెరీ గుడ్ ఛాన్స్ దట్ ఇండియాలో కూడా కవర్ అవుతుంది వితౌట్ పేయింగ్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఎక్స్ట్రా, అది ఫ్రీ అది. అంటే యుహెచ్సి వాళ్ళు అలా అమ్ముకుంటున్నారు. ఇంకోటి మీరు ఏమన్నారు, మీ చాయిస్ ఆఫ్ క్యారియర్స్ ఉంటుందా, ఉంటుంది. కానీ ఇదే ఖచ్చితంగా ఇది ఒక్కటే కావాలంటే కొంచెం డిఫికల్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు. ఈ 3-4 నాకు ఐఎమ్ ఓకే విత్ ఎనీథింగ్ అంటే బెటర్ అవ్వచ్చు.
Okay. And also that you're talking about only health insurance only for the employees or employer, right?
నేను
Is
ఇది
it,
మాట్లాడేది ఓన్లీ హెల్త్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ ఫర్ ద ఎంప్లాయర్స్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ ఫర్ a company which has more than 2 enrolled employees.
Okay. And one
Group
more thing is,
antenna
can you add as like same thing like our health insurance? Can you add like dental and vision? If we added like 4
Dental,
if we added like
vision.
it's very good idea to
Yes.
go for that. That's what I'm thinking.
దీంట్లోనే డెంటల్ అండ్ విజన్ కూడా కవర్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ కొందరు ఏమైతుందంటే ప్రాఫిట్ అన్నాం కదా, రైట్? అట్ ది ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద డే సింపుల్ గా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలంటే సార్, 100,000 ఒక కంపెనీ కట్టింది అనుకోండి ప్రీమియం, అంటే మనం ఎంప్లాయీస్ దగ్గర తీసుకునే కడతాం కదా. సో 100,000 ఒక నెలకి 10,000 కడితే 1.2 మిలియన్ అవుతుంది సార్. ఓకే, 1.2 మిలియన్ మీరు యునైటెడ్ హెల్త్ BCBS కి కట్టారు. ఈ 1 year లో ఒక 2 ప్రెగ్నెన్సీలు అయినాయి, ఒక 5-6 మెడికల్ హెల్త్ చెకప్ కి వెళ్ళారు, చిన్న ఇవన్నీ అయినాయి. ఈ 1.2 మిలియన్ లో ఒక 600,000-500,000 క్లెయిమ్స్ కి యునైటెడ్ హెల్త్ కేర్ ఇచ్చింది అనుకోండి. దానికి వాళ్ళు అడ్మిన్ కాస్ట్లు, ఈ కాస్ట్లు అనేసి వాళ్ళు ఇంకో ఒక 100,000-200,000 అంటే ఒక 20%, 30% వాళ్ళు పెట్టుకుంటారు. ఇంకో అమౌంట్ మిగిలింది కదా ఇక్కడ. సో ఈ అమౌంట్ నుంచి 50-60-70%, సమ్ టైమ్స్ 100% వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారంటే 100,000 అంటే 1.2 మిలియన్ లో మీరు వాడుకునేది 60,000, మాకు ఖర్చు అయింది అనదర్ 20,000, 80,000, మిగతా 40,000. 40,000 లో 20,000 నేను ఇస్తాను మీకు వాపస్ ఇస్తారు. అది మీరు పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, ప్రాఫిట్ అని డిక్లేర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, లేదంటే అరే నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ నితిన్ ఐ వాంట్ టు డూ సంథింగ్ ఫర్ మై ఎంప్లాయీస్, వాళ్ళందరికీ డెంటల్ విజన్ నేను ఇస్తా అనేసి మీరు ఫ్రీగా ఎప్పుడు ఇవ్వచ్చు, మీరు ఏమైనా చేసుకోవచ్చు దాంతో. నా పని ఏంటంటే మీకు లేకపోతే ఇప్పుడు ఏమైతుందంటే వాళ్ళే పెట్టుకుంటున్నారు, యునైటెడ్ హెల్త్ కేర్ కి ప్రాఫిట్ అయింది 40,000, అంతే కదా. ఆ 40,000 లో మేము ఏమంటున్నాం మీరు మొత్తం పెట్టుకోకుండా కొంచెం మాకు ఇవ్వండి వాపస్, అదొక ఇన్సెంటివ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఒక ఎంప్లాయర్ దగ్గర 20 మంది ఉన్నారు కానీ 10 మందినే జాయిన్ అయ్యారు, నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ 15 అవుతారు, ఎందుకంటే ఆ అమౌంట్ తీసుకునే ఎంప్లాయర్ ప్రీమియమ్స్ లో తగ్గించిస్తాడు ఏదో రకంగా. సో దాట్ ఈస్ వాట్ వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్.
Okay.
Anybody else, any questions, sir? Because I don't want to go to the end of the presentation and then realize ki starting lone question unde, అందుకే I stopped Swami in the middle and I'm
this is my last question అండి. ఏం లేదు, ఇప్పుడు నేను I used to get before United Healthcare with my company, my employer, and then he's paying for me and my wife also, but fortunately after I got it I have a Medicare. A and B because I was 65 or more than 65 years old.
Sure,
So I
sure.
told him
Yes.
to my boss, I don't want any, for insurance.
Correct.
Okay, what you want to do? Okay, he said he will pay for a premium for Medicare A and B
Correct.
and also ARP also, United Healthcare, or anything secondary. So he's paying.
Sure.
But fortunately, after that, what he did is he don't want to give it to my wife because she's not an employee, right? So I went to NJ Get Health. That one I'm paying right now $690 or something for a
So
premium for
actually,
1 year
I
Blue
can,
Cross Blue Shield.
మీ case లో we can discuss a little deep.
Maybe I can later on I will get back to you.
You can call me directly.
Yeah, I will do that. So I don't want to waste
Yeah.
everybody's time.
Yeah,
Correct.
Nitin,
చెప్పండి సార్.
Damu Gedla, he's 45 years old. Sorry, he has industry. He created all these Indian organizations, Indian origin
ఎక్కువ
organizations,
చెప్పకండి.
Oh,
from
awesome.
Para,
Awesome. Awesome.
T-Fast, everything.
Yeah, he's a
Every
Awesome.
veteran.
every
Awesome.
organization born from his restaurant. So he's well connected to the entire community across USA.
Awesome. Awesome.
He hosted
Nice.
so many entrepreneurs when they came for a student or H1B visa. So you should leverage the Damus network to grow your business
Of course.
also.
And I'm very
Everyone.
happy
Thank you.
to make
Yeah,
your
I will
acquaintance, Damu
introduce
garu.
my doctors అందరూ ఉండండి మాల్ ప్రాక్టీస్ తర్వాత మేము కూడా మారుస్తాను
Anyway,
యునైటెడ్
yeah,
హెల్త్ కేర్
yeah.
చెప్తాను మై బాస్ తో చెప్తాను సర్జరీ సెంటర్స్ ఉన్నాయి 3-4 సర్జరీ సెంటర్స్ అవన్నీ కూడా నేను ఐ విల్ టచ్ అప్ విత్ యూ ఐ విల్ కీప్ ఇన్ టచ్.
100%. Sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, coming back to the question, should we go ahead, Om garu, or should I wait for
No,
people?
there's some
Uh,
Q&A. I think a lot of
Nitin,
questions, but maybe you should do the
Nitin,
Q&A.
I have one suggestion, Nitin. I think most
చెప్పండి
of
సార్.
the people on the call, I think they're also trying to understand, will this apply, this captive model will apply to home insurance and auto insurance? And also if you can talk more about the other insurance plans, like how we can leverage or cut short the premiums, and what are other
Sure.
opportunities or options that may have. That might be more
Okay.
helpful to the folks on the call. Please, if you can address.
Sure. So, Vijay garu, first thing is the healthcare plan is for not just IT companies. If you have, if you're part of a restaurant business, right, where you have 5 or 6 restaurants, total you have full-time W2 employees of 3 or 4 people, that can also become part of this. There will be some changes, but we can do that. If you have a real estate company, దాంట్లో ముగ్గురు నలుగురు పనిచేస్తున్నారు, can I give insurance? Can this become a part of that? Yes. Any company, irrespective IT business staffing, IT software development, or IT product company నే ఉండాలని లేదు. Medical staffing ఉండొచ్చు, ఏమైనా ఉండొచ్చు. As long as we are giving health insurance to them. Number one. Number two, I was going to talk about IT business also. ఈ అసోసియేషన్ ప్లాన్ లో ఇప్పుడు హార్ట్ఫర్డ్, హ్యానోవర్, సిఎన్ఏ, ట్రావెలర్స్ ఇలాంటి క్యారియర్స్ గురించి మీరు అందరు వినుంటారు. వాళ్ళు సిఓఐ అని సర్టిఫికేట్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్, ఎవ్రీబడి హూ హ్యాస్ అ బిజినెస్ నీడ్స్ ఇట్. ప్రాపర్టీ ఉన్నా, కాండో ఉన్నా, ఐటీ బిజినెస్ ఉన్నా, రెస్టారెంట్ ఉన్నా, గ్యాస్ స్టేషన్ ఉన్నా, anything, multi-families una, we need insurance. So the most common word used for insurance in commercial business insurance is called COI, Certificate of Insurance. Dantlo, it will cover a few things: general liability, workers' compensation, professional liability. Ilanti we would have heard. So whenever there is a business insurance we require, we will group it into 3 or 4 different buckets. ఒకటేమో 427,510 అని ఒక క్లాస్ ఆఫ్ బిజినెస్, అది టెక్నాలజీ, స్టాఫింగ్, కన్సల్టింగ్, ప్రోడక్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ కంపెనీస్ కి. ఒకటేమో రెస్టారెంట్స్, గ్యాస్ స్టేషన్స్ కి. ఒకటేమో రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ కి. అలా మనం డిఫరెంట్ వర్టికల్స్ లో గ్రూప్ చేసి ఇదే హార్ట్ఫర్డ్, హ్యానోవర్, ట్రావెలర్, సిఎన్ఏ, ఫిలి ఇవే క్యారియర్స్ దగ్గర వెళ్తాం. కానీ ఈసారి ఒక వీఆర్ నాట్ గోయింగ్ విత్ వన్ గ్రూప్ where maybe the premium is $500 or $600 or $2,000, $3,000. We are going with 7 or 8 groups or 10 or 15 groups, depends on how many people turn up. Can we guarantee that if you were paying $500 for the whole business insurance, you will come down to $250? No. But we will definitely be able to guarantee that we guarantee చెప్పకూడదు. I should not be, we are required by law not to talk about guarantees or discounts or anything, but we have seen historically that we have got 10 to 15% lower premiums minimum. How that happens? ఇంతకు ముందు నేను law of large numbers అన్నాం కదా. అలానే I will go and talk to, for example, Hartford అనుకోండి. See, I am getting these companies that do similar business to you. They are moving their business from some other carrier. Now, can you give them వాళ్ళకి GL 1 million, 2 million కి కావాలి, ఇవి కవరేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇవి లిమిట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇవన్నీ కంపెనీస్ ఒకేసారి వస్తాయి. బేసిక్లీ సారీ ఫర్ ద కామన్ లాంగ్వేజ్, బట్ మాకేంటి, క్యాన్ యూ రెడ్యూస్ ఇట్? దాట్ ఈస్ వాట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ. సో హెల్త్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ కానీ బిజినెస్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ కానీ చేయొచ్చు. విజయ్ గారు అన్నట్టు హోమ్ ఆటోలో చేయలేదు. హోమ్ ఆటోలో ఫోరోక్స్ విల్ ఆల్సో నాట్ కమిట్ టు, ఇప్పుడు కమర్షియల్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ కానీ బిజినెస్ హెల్త్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ కానీ ఐ కెన్ టెల్ యూ దట్ 8 out of 10 times, 10 సార్లు 8 times వీఆర్ వెరీ వెరీ కాంపిటేటివ్, వీల్ బీట్ అవుట్ ద కాంపిటీషన్. But we cannot say the same thing with home and auto. There is a reason for it, because a lot of carriers don't work with agents like us. We have Geico, we have Progressive, we have a lot of other things. And State Farm, Farmers, Allstate, వాళ్ళు స్టేట్ ఫార్మ్ కి కావాలంటే యూ హావ్ టు గో టు ద స్టేట్ ఫార్మ్ ఏజెంట్ ఓన్లీ. మేము చేయలేము. 50% మార్కెట్ మా చేతిలో లేదు కాబట్టి 50% ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్స్, అంటే 10 లీడ్స్ మా దగ్గర వచ్చినప్పుడు ఓన్లీ 5 పీపుల్ కి మనం కేటర్ చేయగలుగుతాం. అండ్ ఆల్సో ఎవ్రీ 6 months చేంజ్ అవుతుంది అది, మన హోమ్ అండ్ ఆటో, అట్లీస్ట్ ద ఆటో, హోమ్ కాదు కానీ. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ అ వెరీ డిఫరెంట్ థింగ్. Home auto is something that we are trying to give to our clients as an added advantage. Sometimes we are good, sometimes we are not. My own home and auto, sometimes Forex cannot write. I go to State Farm agent, who's my friend. So it depends. So that is the answer to the question. So, you want to add something to this? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hijack the meeting, but yeah.
No,
Please go.
Nitin. That's all right. I think you've covered.
Okay. So I'm going to officially open it for question and answer. If you can go to the end of the presentation, Soumya. This is the last thing that I want to talk about. It is unnecessary because we have spoken about Four Oaks, but together we have a very, very strong team. And we have been doing this for a very long time. There is more than 75 years of proven experience just from the combined of experience of only the senior staff. We have multiple vice presidents and directors who have at least 25 to 30 years in different fields. So we have put together such plans for smaller or bigger organizations. We have dealt with this. We can start this April 1st if we have. In terms of ability, we can put everything together in the next week and we can start it. So, or we can start next year also. So, as far as the ability is concerned, we bring the best to the table. And we genuinely want to be a part of Atmiya's growth, and we really genuinely want to provide something back to the community, because at the end of the day, we are all immigrants. We have all grown up. We came with 2 suitcases, and God has been kind, America has been kind, but the strength in numbers is something that we have experienced, and our growth comes from there. And Atmiya is a classic example of working together and enabling each other. So in the same other logic though, Four Oaks also wants to be a part of Atmiya as far as providing insurance awareness, education, services, and premiums. With this, I want to open up the floor for any questions.
So Venkat Garu is having one question, and I heard that you will be more transparent with health claims data. Can you explain how it's being done without violating HIPAA?
So there is HIPAA. I understand that. I didn't understand the question. We will be more transparent with?
Yeah. So, Nitin, I can take this.
Yeah, sure.
So what I mentioned was that, these days what happens is if you are with, let's say, United Healthcare fully insured, right? You will not know any health related information. You will just be bombarded with the renewal increase. But when you go with this kind of captive insurance, HIPAA violation happens if they reveal the employee's name and, put together, okay, this employee has this condition. So with that, you violates the HIPAA, but you will be able to figure out saying that your group has these many conditions and this is why it's draining your premium amount. That kind of transparency is what we bring to the table. We kind of put together a report for you through this association plans, wherein you can clearly make out saying that okay, which month you claimed more and what condition you claimed more. Now that you internally, if you put two and two together, nobody can blame anybody for HIPAA violation. They will not give you saying that okay, because of this Mr. A this happened. That's a HIPAA violation. Giving you what the reporting of what your group went through claims wise, that's not a HIPAA violation.
Hi, this is Srini Gotti from Seattle.
Hi, Srini garu.
Nitin garu, ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అండి. ఇప్పుడు సపోజ్ లెట్స్ సే we own a real estate company with just 2 W2 employees. Do
Okay.
we also able to join this Atmiya group, like a kind of membership?
We can join, and definitely. I mean, like I said, I was trying to prepare something. Anduke I got distracted. Definitely, we can join, Srini garu. With two people, what happens is, I will not be able to show you big change. అంటే నేను చెప్పాను కదా సార్, ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్, సెకండ్ ఇయర్, థర్డ్ ఇయర్. థర్డ్ ఇయర్ లో, ఫోర్త్ ఇయర్ లో ఏమైతుందంటే, మీ దగ్గర ముగ్గురు ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఉన్నారనుకోండి. ఓం గారి దగ్గర ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 30 మంది ఉన్నారనుకోండి. వెంకట్ గారి దగ్గర ఇంకో 50 పీపుల్. అంటే నేను ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ చెప్పట్లేదు, ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కి నేను వాళ్ళ పేరు వాడుతున్నా. విజయ్ గారి దగ్గర 100 పీపుల్ ఉన్నారనుకోండి. సో వాళ్ళ రెన్యువల్ జూలైలో ఉంటే, మీది కూడా జూలైలో ఉన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళతో పాటు ఈ ఇద్దరు ఎంప్లాయీస్ కూడా వెళ్తారు. ఆ పర్టిక్యులర్ కంపెనీలో పెద్ద క్లెయిమ్స్ లేకపోతేనే మేము పెడతాం, అంతే కదా. సో ఇఫ్ వెన్ వీ గో ఇన్ జులై టు యునైటెడ్ హెల్త్ కేర్ అండ్ సే, యు నో వాట్, వై డోంట్ యూ రెన్యూ ఫర్ 35 పీపుల్, నాట్ 2 పీపుల్. సో 35 యూ పిగి బ్యాక్ అంటారు కదా, యూ రైడ్ ఆన్ దేర్ బ్యాక్. వాళ్ళకి అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంది, దే ఆర్ క్లీన్, అంటే వాళ్ళకి పెద్ద క్లెయిమ్స్ రాలేదు. అండ్ మీకు అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటంటే, బికాస్ యు ఆర్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ అ బిగర్ గ్రూప్, యూ విల్ గెట్ దోస్ సేమ్ ప్రీమియమ్స్. There is I wanted to see if I can share this, because I want to leave my number for everybody to see. One second only.
Time check. We have 4
Can you
more.
yeah,
I can see the number.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is my number. Please take a photo or picture. Any questions you have, and I'm sure a lot of people will have these questions, you can call me directly. I can explain everything in detail, and we can take it from there.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm assuming that we have covered all the base. So there is some. So the next steps will be for us to put something together, and I will reach out to everybody, and I'll schedule a time where we can actually deep dive into an example. So in an example to Saha, I will explain to you, this is what happened. This is a real life example. Obviously, we will not use the actual companies or the names or something, but we will use the data, and we will show year one, this is what happened. Year two, this is what happened. Now, this is what happened. And the most important thing, which Soumya was mentioning before, was one, by being a part of this, whether it is business insurance, but specifically with health insurance. Let's say, for example, one company has 2 or 3 very high, two or three deliveries, which end up getting into NICU and other situations where they are costing $90,000 or $100,000. So, ఏమైతుందంటే ఆ year లో they would have got huge renewal rates. By being a part of this organization, by year 2 or by year 3, we will guarantee that no matter how bad your group has performed, no matter how bad, how much your claims are, that your renewal will never exceed 7% or 8% or 9%. That is a guarantee. That is when the actual advantage sort of, comes through, not just in saving the premiums and not getting better plans, but also if you have a very bad year and back to back there's a hip surgery, somebody fell down, somebody had very bad pregnancy or delivery, and your renewals is huge. As of now, everybody is paying 140, 150, 160% of their renewal. We guarantee that it will never go up more than 7%, 8%, 9%. These numbers, it will be definitely less than 10%. But these numbers, it will all depend on group and everything. But pretty much that is a very big advantage.
Also,
So
Nitin,
then,
one other question I have is, I think this is not just limited to our Atmiya employees. Even if your employer is from a different organization or different community, we can still probably include them in our plan, right?
we can.
They should be more than welcome to include, and then probably see if that works for them.
Yes, we can. What we are saying by saying association plans for Atmiya, it's nomenclature, and it is just putting words so that it makes sense for all of us. The actual mechanism is going to be as we want. From the employer end, it will not change anything. All he'll see is end of the day after the second or third year, hey, you know what? I'm seeing better plans, better premiums, and lower renewals.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So the next
Thank you.
step will be where we will take live data, real data, sorry, and show how the mechanism works and what they got. And then at some point, we will start talking about how to begin the process. Om Garu, Vijay Garu, is there anything that you want me to cover, Andy?
No, I think we are good, Andy. Hari garu, maybe he can do the closing remarks. Hari garu and Kishore garu, one of you.
Yeah, no, thanks, Andy. Nitin garu, this is very helpful. I think, you did demonstrate like deeper understanding. దీంట్లో చాలా మందికి ఏంటంటే హై లెవెల్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ తెలుస్తుంది కానీ బట్ ఐ థింక్ ద వే యూ presented or even సౌమ్య గారు explained all this association seems like something everybody can leverage.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you for like coming forward. I know you have been a super supporter of Atmiya. Thank you for coming forward and helping us. Hopefully folks will reach out to you. We really appreciate your time.
Thank
Thanks,
you, sir.
Andrew.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Kishore Garu also for facilitating this. I personally want to thank. I mean, he's associated with us, he's a partner, but I also want to thank. Thank you, Kishore Garu.
Yeah. Thank you, Nitin. So I am also part of 4Oaks Insurance Group. I am associated with Nitin Bidi. So if you have, if you require any insurance plans, please reach out to me also. Thank you.
Yes, I wanted to say that. Please reach out to Kishore. If you can reach out to Kishore and or me. We both are available and at your disposal for answering any questions or giving you a quote or anything.
Yeah,
Thank you
Nitin, I want to
again.
add one thing.
Yeah.
This is Vijay here. I
Yeah,
think
Vijay, sir.
to the people on the call, this is a kind of a new concept that I think Nitin is trying to come up with. This may sound of something, probably a little different to the general audience. But I think if you look at the bigger view, if you look at the bigger picture on the wall, I think I see where we are heading into. This is definitely going to help a lot of our employees and also the employers who are actually trying to. If we all can come together, I think the law of numbers, right? The law of having big numbers. I think I like that concept. If you have bigger numbers, we have all grow as a group. I think we can do wonders, and definitely that's going to help every single person on the plan or every single person who is going as a team. So I think I see the we don't see maybe the immediate or imminent profits or probably bigger gains on day one. As Nitin said, I think the year three or probably year two would be the game changer. So definitely, yeah, I encourage all the employers and all of you to talk to your employers and then see if there is something that we can come together and see if that works.
I agree 100% Vijay Garu. And my question is, why should we and for how long should we listen to the market? అంటే యుహెచ్సి ఎట్నా బీసీబీస్ వాళ్ళు చెప్పిన రేటు మనం తీసుకోవాల్సింది బికాస్ వీఆర్ మ్యాండేటెడ్ టు హ్యావ్ ఇట్. సో మనకు ఆప్షన్ లేదు బిజినెస్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ కానీ హెల్త్ కానీ. వై డోంట్ వీ బికమ్ ద నెగోషియేటింగ్ పవర్? వై డోంట్ వీ టెల్ దెమ్ పిక్ ఆర్ టేక్ అంటే టేక్ ఇట్ ఆర్ లీవ్ ఇట్ టైప్స్? రైట్?
No, no, I agree, Andy.
సో అది మనం చేయొచ్చు. మన దగ్గర వీ హ్యావ్ ద అంటే జనాభా ఉంది, వీ హ్యావ్ ద నంబర్స్, వి జస్ట్ హ్యావ్ వీఆర్ ఆల్రెడీ టుగెదర్ ఆల్సో. జస్ట్ దాన్ని షేప్ చేసి మనం మనం యాజ్ ఆఫ్ టుడే ఏం చేస్తున్నామో అదే మనం కంటిన్యూ చేసుకుంటా. జస్ట్ షో దెమ్ దట్ వీఆర్ టుగెదర్. దే
Correct.
విల్ కమ్ టు ద నెగోషియేటింగ్ టేబుల్.
I know. I think few of the folks, I think few of the companies already use this, are already using this technique to get
యా
better premiums. But I think we are late in the game. But nevertheless, I think we still have a long lot to go, right? So even if we start today or the next month, probably I think it's a good start. And I think we should do this, Nitin. I
యా
like the concept. I like the idea. And
యా
I'm already talking on the side to our best chair. He said he also conveyed the same thing, saying that the concept is kind of a new, may not get into our minds right away. It takes time to to dissect more info and more realistic examples, which can help them understand what is the real
100% విజయ్ గారు.
benefit.
అండ్
Yeah.
ఐఎమ్ రెడీ టు కమ్ ఇన్ పర్సన్. అండ్ మనం లాస్ట్ టైం మీరు అరేంజ్ చేశారు కదా సార్, మన
Oh,
కాన్ఫరెన్స్ లో.
right.
అలాంటి వర్క్ షాప్ నేను ఐ కెన్ కమ్, గో ఇన్ డీటెయిల్, టేక్ యాజ్ మెనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ as పాసిబుల్. ఐ విల్ ఆన్సర్ టిల్ ఐఎమ్ రెడీ ఇన్ మై ఫేస్. అంటే మీకు క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్న వరకు నా నా ఆన్సర్స్ ఉంటుంది. యాజ్ మచ్
Sure,
ఆఫ్
sure.
ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, యాజ్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాన్స్పరెన్సీ. అండ్ వన్స్ ఇట్ స్టార్ట్స్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ కొంచెం ఇనీషియల్ లెర్నింగ్ హికప్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా సార్. ఇనీషియల్ గా ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఈవెన్ 10 కంపెనీస్ స్టార్ట్, దెన్ ద రెస్ట్ విల్ ఫాలో. బికాస్ వాళ్ళకి దే విల్ అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ దెర్ ఇస్ బెనిఫిట్ ఇన్ దిస్.
Sure. Got it. Thank
నితిన్
you,
గారు
Nitin,
అండ్
once
విజయ్
again.
గారు,
Yeah. Go
వెంకట్
ahead,
నాయుడు
Nitin.
అండి.
Yeah.
వన్ క్వశ్చన్. పేరెంట్స్ ట్రావెలింగ్ టు యుఎస్ అండి, ఇదే
యా,
ఎనీ ప్లాన్ ఫర్ దెమ్ ఆర్?
ఎస్ సార్. సో వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఇస్, నేను గివ్ మీ 1 second, ఐ విల్ షేర్ దట్ ఆల్సో.
ఫర్
ఇది
ఆత్మీయ
కనిపిస్తుందా
కెన్
సార్?
గివ్ ఎనీథింగ్ లైక్ discount through Atmiya. If somebody member has a parents bringing into US, so
Yes.
he's trying
So
to
we
renew this
have something
insurance.
called Visitors Guru. Are you
Yeah.
able to see what I'm typing?
Yeah. I just saw, and then you deleted it. Yes. Visitor Insurance. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, visitorsguru.com. Okay.
Yeah. I don't have anything set up for Atmiya as of now. So ఇప్పుడు
Okay.
మీరు you can go and get it from Visitors Guru. But I will set up something and I will through Kishore send it in the group అండి, where you will have a particular code. అది ఎంటర్ చేస్తే మీకు డిస్కౌంట్ వస్తుంది.
Okay.
Adi, don't disclose that promotion to public. It should be like members only kind of thing. Our members will.
That's why I will give it to Kishore. He will give it to
Yeah.
you. For
Yeah,
anything,
we'll share
direct.
it to our registered members, Nitin. That's what the
Yes,
idea
sir.
is. So not
Yes,
to
sir.
general public, but I'll try to publish, we'll try to communicate through an email or something, not on the
Benefit of a
public
members
platform.
thing. That's what we are going to add one thing for us.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't want to claim too much, Andy. Vistas Guru is actually a company. Vistas Insurance. దాంట్లో మన ప్రమేయం చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. There is very little negotiation. It is pretty much standard. అక్కడ కూడా law of large numbers ఉంటుంది, and there is very little discount we can give. But whatever we can give, we will give.
Yeah. At least మనం సమ్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తున్నాము అంటే ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తున్నట్టు.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
something.
And వాళ్ళు
Yeah.
అక్కడ పిక్ అండ్ చూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. వాళ్ళు దే కెన్ గో అండ్ షాప్ ఆన్లైన్ గూగుల్లో అండ్ దే కెన్
Right.
కంపేర్ సిమిలర్ ప్లాన్ కి విస్టర్స్ గురులో ఒక $100 తక్కువ ఉన్నా ఫర్ అ మంత్ ఇట్ మేక్ సెన్స్ కదా సార్, ఆర్ $50 తక్కువ ఉన్నా డజంట్ మ్యాటర్.
Thank you, sir. And one more question, Mandi. We are doing a very dynamic website, and we want some sponsor. Okay. I don't know, Vijay Garu, Om Garu, we'll talk to you later, Master. But we
Sure.
can put your company logo, all the things on that. We can case website. So
మనము అది కో బ్రాండింగ్ చేసి యువర్ ఫర్ ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ యూ కెన్ రీచ్ అవుట్. సో వాట్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ యాజ్ వి డూ దిస్ సార్, పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ హోల్ అసోసియేషన్ ప్లాన్, యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ అ డెడికేటెడ్ లైన్ ఫర్ ఎంక్వైరీస్ అబౌట్ ఎనీథింగ్, రైట్? సో విజిటర్స్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ ఉండొచ్చు, హెల్త్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ ఉండొచ్చు, లైఫ్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ మేము ప్రొవైడ్ చేయము, కానీ ఐ కెన్ డైరెక్ట్ యూ దేర్.
okay.
సడన్ గా ఎవరికో డౌట్ వస్తుంది, నితిన్ ఇక్కడ ఫ్లడ్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ కావాలంట, ఈ బాండ్ కావాలంట, ఏంది? నా నంబర్ అయితే మీ దగ్గర ఉంటుంది, కానీ ఒక డెడికేటెడ్ లైన్ ఫర్ ఆత్మీయ విల్ బి దేర్. సో దే కెన్ సే, హే, యు నో వాట్, ఐఎమ్ బీన్ ఆస్క్డ్ టు పే టు సెక్యూర్ అ బాండ్, రైట్? మెయింటెనెన్స్ బాండ్. వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ మెయింటెనెన్స్ బాండ్? నేను ఎందుకు చేయాలి? సో అది ఇన్సూరెన్స్
excellent,
సంబంధం
yeah.
ఉందా లేదా డజంట్ మ్యాటర్. మీరు నాకు ఫోన్ చేయొచ్చు. రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ లో చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అది. సో ఇలాంటి ఒక డెడికేటెడ్ లైన్ నేను పెట్టేసి మన ఆఫీషియల్ నంబర్ కాకుండా ఆత్మీయకి సెపరేట్ లైన్ తీసుకొని అనుకుంటున్నాను.
Vijay Garu, అది ఒక మంచి వర్క్ చేయొచ్చు. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Sure,
Thank
Andy.
you.
I
Thank you,
think
sir.
it's time now. Yeah, we'll conclude, Nitin. Yeah, thanks for your
Thank
time.
you thank you to everybody. Have a good weekend. And Vijay Garu, I'll talk to you. Om
Sure.
Garu, thanks a lot.
Yeah, we do have another 5 session in the next 20 minutes, Andy. Yeah, please
So
join
thank you.
5 session.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Nitin,
everyone.
and thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.